Struggling with prop firms? Let's go. Someone once asked me how I pass these prop firm challenges in 1 or 2 trades, 1 or 2 days. Why? I will be turning on the camera just in a moment. But yeah, I trade with the trend. There is no secret. There's a reason why they say, guys, the trend is your friend, right? Now, let me just put some playback here. I'm going to be speaking, actually, before we get started as well, let me just show you the Discord from the title of the video you already probably seen. So this was, actually, let me show you first what it says. Okay, so this was sent to more than 1,300 people, right? Almost 1,400. So I thought I'd make another video to show passing phase 1, starting small, but this time making it a little bit more challenging for myself, as they do get a little boring. As you know, obviously I've made quite a few videos passing these 10k prop firm challenges quite quickly in 1 or 2 days, simply because the messages start small. Don't just buy a 100k account and waste your money. Learn the skill set first, learn the edge. So decided to risk 0.5% instead, right? Just to make it a bit more challenging for myself. Still ended up making 7% in 1 day of the challenge. A few 1 to 7 RR trades caught along the way. The edge is sharp, I was trying to say, but whatever that means. And end balance profit was 6.5% because I placed 1 trade at the end and I lost that one. But then, just call it a day. You gotta know when to call it a day as well. I can't complain. If I was risking 1% for the whole per trade, I would have made 14% in 1 day. But I was risking 0.5%, so that's why I made 7%. Let's just click on this so you can see here on the 10k account, whenever I lose around $50. Whenever I win, I'm winning around 1 to 7 here, 1 to 5 almost, 1 to 7 up here as well. And the edge, and you can see my win rate as well. Now if you're seeing, look at some of these trades, why am I catching 1 to 1s? This is what I normally do. I've got this habit now. I just like to get a good read of volume. But this is, oh, by the way, this is another student that's in my mentorship, and he just literally joined I'll say about 1 or 2 days ago, and he's already winning his trades now. And this is speaking about unprofitable. That's one of my trading view alerts going off. So let me switch it off. So look at this. He's posted this, and this is in the winning trade section, by the way, in the server. Link will be in the video description if anyone does want to join. And so these are 2 trades, right? And his pause and thanks both running in profit. So after he posted these, so this breakdown, which is insane. I mean, the edge with the strategy is absolutely crazy, and to be honest, I always get these messages. I've got a few people now in the mentorship, and they all say they've never seen the break and retest be used like this. So this is the funded certificate section. Obviously, it's all about transparency. You can see my progress with prop firms. You can see other students, prop firms, payouts. It's all about transparency, testimonials. It's all in there. Link will be in the video description. Oh, by the way, and I've gone 1 step further. I made the most affordable course on the internet that made me 700k funded. Again, it's all in here, so do check that out. So we're going to be just speaking about the break and retest. Obviously, if we apply the trend with it. Now, good win rate with insane risk rewards. And why would I focus on sells if the trend is moving higher, right? It's a bloody no-brainer. And I made a few videos of this, but I put a huge emphasis on this for a reason. If I was, look at this, at this point I'm just focusing on buys, but these are like 1 to 9s. On the way down, 1 to 10s, 1 to 10s. Now let's just say I even lose. Let's obviously this would be a loss. Let's just say in the process I even do lose. Actually, there's another one I can see, because I know on the small time frame, on my entry time frame, these are actually going to play out. So there's another 1 to 10. But let's just say, obviously, I am a very realistic person. I'm saying 1 to 9s here, but obviously I've just shown I'm catching 1 to 7. So I have to be realistic. Sometimes I even catch 1 to 5s, 1 to 6s. So obviously, just give an example sake that what kind of opportunity is available. So look at this: free moves to the upside. Got pretty much free moves to the downside. And even if I give the market the benefit of the doubt, let's just say call it minus 15 RR. Let's just say I lose 15 trades, right? Let's color it orange. That's what I normally color my losses in. Does it really matter? If I was to even catch some of these, like even a 1 to 7 each in 2 trades, I would pretty much cover this, right? Well, it'll actually be 1% down, but You get the idea. And how much time span are we looking? Between 6 days. We'll call it 7 days. Within 1 week. If you're catching moves like this, it's insane. You're pretty much ending up on the leaderboard, right? So let's break some of these down, right? And actually, the reason why I show this as well is it's the simplicity, and I like to show off the break and retest, the simplicity of the strategy. So we've got break of the zone here. Price is basically established. So I'll move this one. We'll go over this one here. So we've got price establishing itself over here, right? Now normally people get frightened at this point, where I've seen sometimes when price goes up and then it comes back down. All you got to do something is keep this very simple, right? Look at this. There is a zone within a zone. So this is the major zone. Resistance formed here, breakout. Price breaks through again. So now we're below the resistance. We're still, pretty much on the major resistance, a little bit below. But now, price has broken through two resistances. And you can pretty much have your, this is obviously being absolute safe, putting your stop losses below the two zones. But if we go to a much smaller time frame, which let's bring in the 5-minute as well, because you want to look for either a engulfing pattern, a long wick rejection pattern. Okay, so we got our long wick rejection pattern candlestick over here. Let me just highlight this. And let me just change the color of this as well, so it just stands out. Now obviously this is in the major zone, but if we find something above here, two zones, that is like an absolute no-brainer. And obviously you can see that with this candle over here. And then now I want to make something very clear. This is not the exact break and retest that I trade, but I'm just showing this because normally people sell this as a course. I'm just putting this out there for free, simply because it should be general public information anyway, and I always stress this a lot, because this is normal break and retest. But the way people normally draw their zones, everything, and you can still see 1 to 9 cleanly hit, right? Price breaks through. I mean, look at this, right? We see price establishing support. I mean, look at this beautiful, super strong bullish candle. It's got a small time frame, and obviously price has established itself. Price comes, you can even look at this. You got a huge bullish engulfing. It's on the 15-minute time frame. So even if you put your stops like this, is more than enough to do the job. But me being me, I like to dissect this more, get those super clean entries, and take advantages of those huge risk rewards. So what do we have over here now? I mean, if I just see this, look at this. Oh, let me just delete the previous one so you can see more clearly. So price has broken through. This was our support that was pretty much created over here. As you can see, the multiple wave projections. Price, some people might call this a fake out. I like to keep things super simple. Breakout is a breakout. We've broken through, now we've broken above, right? Super simple. Long wick rejection, bullish engulfing. We've got a little bit of wick rejection. So price, sellers try to push the market down, buyers didn't allow it, and super strong impulse, and then buyers are back in control. And as you can see, this would be your ideal entry. Now you can have this stops below, well, this would be super safe below this wick, below the zone, second option, and a bit more aggressive obviously below this zone, right? But if you are the super aggressive entry, it'll be obviously below here, right? But you want to at least ideally want to get one zone in there, and still, so we refined it a little. Let's see if it's still a 1 to 9 or is it's pretty much a 1 to 8. I'm not complaining about that, but you can see very, very simple. And all I'm doing is, like, I mean, how crazy is this, right? Think about it. You come to the charts, right, and it already takes away the questioning that am I going for buys or am I going for sells, but just by looking at the trend, the market tells you, hey, you're going to be doing this today. You're going to be either buying or you're going to be either selling. I'm showing, I'm speaking from the market perspective. I just find that very, very I'm just gonna put myself to the side here so you don't get distracted. And I just find that very, very insane and very, very powerful and very, very simple, right? Trading should be very simple. Let me just make myself a little bit, people myself, you know, I'm gonna put myself to the, just move myself out completely out of the way. Okay, so on the way down, now we've got this market shift, right? Now we make on, you know, pretty much. Now, why do we know we're going to be taking selves? Now, in the process, sometimes people have this confusion. Is it actually a downtrend? You know, is the downtrend basically started now? Are we? So let's just say you do take a sell and you lose. This you can just say, you know, it's a bait. You know, you're trying something and you lose. You know, and even if you lose one trade over, and you got a 1 to 7, 8 risk reward system. I mean, who cares, right? It's insane. So price, you know, basically breaks through. We lose the first one. Now we still, you know, obviously we can see the price is no longer trending higher. You got this double top pattern, not the best obviously looking one, pretty much a head and shoulder pattern as well. All these clues indicate, you know, price showing that we want to push to the downside now, which obviously starts doing that. Now we're getting these levels of, you know, zones being created and price breaking through. So let's break some of these down now on the way down. 30-minute. Let's go on a small time frame. I mean, look at this push. I mean, how fast would this be in? It's insane. Crazy move. Absolutely insane. Which one should we break down? Because I like breaking down setups where it shows in more clarity. I don't like when a breakout happens, just absolutely tanks. I like to show in more detail. You know, let's break this down even more. You know, so we got obviously this level over here. For this one, I think we're gonna have to go to a much smaller time frame. Okay, so we got the zone here. Now this is a minor zone. We got the major zone over here, and let's look at this. Okay, so I'm on the 2-minute time frame now. We've got a minor zone within a zone. We've got, let's mark this one as well over here, and okay, this okay. Price breaks through, huge bullish candle, a momentum, you know, free momentum candles. The candles are going bigger and bigger. A super strong long wick rejection, bearish candle. Let's highlight this in a different color so it stands out. Long wick rejection, very, very strong bearish candle. You can pretty much even take your entry after this, right? Stops above the wick, above the minor zone and the major zone, and you can just pretty much take your entry. If you miss that, this zone gets broken as well. Bearish engulfing, another super strong long wick rejection candle. You can pretty much take your entry over here. And obviously this is like, you know, playing it super safe, because now we've got 4 zones. Even though we in the beginning it was like a 1 zone, we've actually got 4 zones. Just playing super safe, you know, very safe. Okay, and me personally, if I was to take a little bit of a late entry, definitely, you know, stops would be above. But I mean, if you were alert, pretty much this is, you know, you are above the wick high, the, you know, high of the wick, and obviously above the 2 zones. Let's go zoom out, and obviously you can see a 1 to almost 10 RR trade. Try it out, back test it, and still, if you're still running into confusion, any frustration, wherever it may be, you know, message me. Link will be in the video description, and join the Discord community. Change your lives, guys. Get these profit challenges. Start with a small 10k account, 5k account. You know, learn the edge first, and that's exactly what I'm doing with my students. You know, learn the edge first, and then, you know, pretty much every account will seem easy. You will blow accounts, it's part of the game, but you won't blow every account. Once you learn the edge, once you learn the strategy, it doesn't have to be this one, but once you learn how a proper real system in place, you might pass, you know, you might lose one account, just because you have to understand, you know, you have to go with what the market's showing you, right? What the market gives you, and every day is different, you know. And let's just say you do blow one account in out of 5 accounts, or wow, 6, 7 accounts. Does it really matter? No. So yeah, hope you have a great day. Just like, comment, subscribe, share. Take care, and I'm out. I hope you found value from this video.